Today we are going to make what I like to call rescue jam. In the summertime, particularly when I'm going to the farmer's market a lot and we have the fridge packed with lots of local produce, occasionally things start to look a little bruised, a little past ripe, and instead of throwing that food into the compost, we can rescue it and turn it into jam. So, and it's going to be a small amount. It's not like you're making a batch of jam to store for the winter. This is a small amount that you're going to use for maybe the next couple of breakfasts or just a couple of peanut butter and jellies. But it's a wonderful way to use up a food and use up a mixture of fruit that you have in your fridge. So over here, I have some strawberries that are starting to look they're not shiny anymore, they're darker red, they're starting to get a little mushy on my fingers. They're not rotten, they're not moldy, but they're probably not going to be as delicious eaten raw. So we're going to cut off the stem end of this. And I've got one cherry that is a little bruised, that was at the bottom of my crisper drawer, which will add a really nice flavor and color. Get the pit out. If you're doing a big batch of cherries, I would get a pitter out, but for one, I can just use my knife. This plum is super squishy and on its way out, so I'm gonna just cut around. Have a grown-up help you cut. But some of this fruit is so soft that you could probably even use a table knife, a butter knife, to get it. Okay, so I'm gonna remove the pit of that. Okay, got that, and I have an apricot here that's got a big spot in it, but it's also super soft, and I think it'd probably be really mealy and not very juicy, but it'll be wonderful in this jam. And that one, just remove the pit. If there is a spot that's a little bit rotten or a little moldy, just remove it, but you've got the rest left. And then what you want to do is have a grown-up cut it up into sort of equal sized chunks, about an inch. Doesn't need to be very, maybe cut the strawberries in half. Okay. And I have some fruit here that I cut up already that was going south. Let's see. And cherries didn't need to get cut further. Put those into a little chunk. Okay, great. And so, what we're gonna do is measure out how much fruit we have and put it into heavy bottom pot. So this is a 1 cup measure right here. We've got just about a cup. I think that's about a cup. Maybe a cup and a quarter. Cup and a half. Those in? Okay. And then what you need is half as much sugar. And the sugar is going to help create that syrupy, jammy, thick consistency that you want. For your jams, for the sugar box here. So, if I have a cup and a half of fruit, I'm gonna need 3/4 of a cup of sugar. You might only end up with a cup of fruit. You might end up with a half a cup of fruit. It's a ratio. All you need is 1 cup of fruit. 1 part fruit, half part sugar. Okay, so that's a half a cup, 1/4 of a cup, 1 1/4. And then mix it all around. And you're also going to add a good splash of water. So as it gets started and the fruit hasn't released its juice yet, it's not going to burn on the bottom of your pan. You're going to put this on the stove and cook it. Have your mom and dad help you, but cook it until it comes to a slow boil, and let it boil for about 20 minutes. What you want to do at the start of this is put a plate in the freezer, and I'll show you what we're going to do with that in just a second. So I mentioned before you start this process, put a plate in the freezer, because you want a cold plate that's going to help tell you the consistency of the jam when it cools down. So we've cooked this for quite a while, and you can see it's reduced down, it's really syrupy, it's coating the spoon. Now what we're going to do is dribble a little bit on this plate, and you can see this is sort of the consistency it'll be when it cools down. If you push it, if the top of it starts to wrinkle a little bit, you know you've got good jam consistency. Okay, so after about 15 or 20 minutes, depending on how much fruit you have, it's gonna cook down into this luscious, jammy, syrupy mixture. Let it sit on the stove to cool down a little bit, because it's sticky and it's incredibly hot, and it'll hurt if you get it on your hands. And then have a grown-up help you put it into a heat-proof container, just so that it's not going to melt if the jam is still very, very hot. I have a glass jar here, but anything that's microwave safe will work. And so carefully spoon it in. Make sure you get all that good stuff scraped in. So from the 1.5 cups of fruit and the 3/4 cup of sugar, I also added a pinch of salt and a little squeeze of lemon if you want to. The salt and the acid will help bring out those really sweet flavors. But I ended up with just over a cup of jam. And so I'm going to allow this to cool actually out on the counter, and then put it in the refrigerator, and it'll stay in there for up to 2 weeks. It'll be good if it lasts that long. But this is wonderful for breakfast, for peanut butter and jelly, and my favorite thing about it is it's a great way to use up fruit that is on its way out, or even a tiny bit of fruit that you don't have enough to make a whole pie with or a huge batch of jam with. So keep your eye out at the store and at the market for fruit that maybe is going bad, that might be on a clearance section, because you know what wonderful things you can make with it. If you want to share your recipe, your concoction with us, or any photographs, or you have any questions or comments, you can email info@catskillartsociety.org, and we'll share it on our social media platforms. Okay, enjoy.